Hey guys, Ralph here. True Power, Trumpet Fitness. Yeah, it is the morning, and I guess I'm getting the worm today, being the early bird. I have a lot to tell you, and yeah, let's get to it. I have played a little bit. These are not the first notes today. Guys, if you've been following this for a year, you get the point about the first notes today, right? So we don't have to, harp on that anymore. Anyway, let's see what we got. Nothing like 5.5 octaves to start off a video. What better way? Anyway, a lot to talk about, and some I'm going to leave until tomorrow. I'm working on some new things that, actually I take that back. It's not new. It's just taking the things that we've had and bringing them to the new level. And I'm going to give it another couple days, and then I'm going to talk to you about it. But it's really kind of cool. And you're not going to think it's any earth-shattering, but again, that's that. So anyway, as you know, after my playing career was done, I got into public school teaching, and I did that for about 28 years. I recently retired a couple years ago. So I really, really get a kick out of seeing young people succeed in music. Really get a kick. I mean, I'm going to say 50% of my students are all older people. And I get a kick out of anybody doing it. Especially, people that have been struggling with this god-awful instrument for 40 years, and then all of a sudden a light goes on and they're having fun with it is very, very rewarding. But when you get kids, young kids that get it, that really get it, it's very, very exciting. Now, Jerry and I talk all the time about what kind of trumpet players we would be now if we had all this technology, everything, all this knowledge in place when we were 18. Okay? Well, we're going to find out. It's going to take a few more years, but we're going to find out. Because this kid I have, and I'm not going to use his name. By the time he's 18, he's 12 at the moment. By the time he's 18, he's going to have better chops than I do. Okay? And we'll see what he does with that. Now, that doesn't mean he has to be a professional trumpet player. But he is going to be a monster. He already is a monster. Now, if you go back in my archives a little bit, I did one with him a couple months ago about a 12-year-old nailing high G's. Okay? And that's one of the reasons I'm not going to use his name, because he got some crap for that. He clammed a few notes, in the demonstration, and, it sounded like a 12-year-old. But the fact of the matter is, most people, those trolls that nailed him, missed the whole point. He was playing high G's that any professional would be thrilled to have at 12 years old. Anyway, this kid has come of age, and he's 12 years old, 6th grade, and he took his first all-district audition over the weekend. Okay? And again, he had never taken an audition before. He just started playing about a year ago. And just took the audition. And not only did he make all district, he got first chair. Now that's, again, he's in 6th grade. That's 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. The whole district, the best trumpet players in the district, and I'll get to the district in a minute because it's quite an extraordinary district, he wiped them out. All right? Now, I'm not going to tell you, I can tell you where he lives. That's not going to narrow it down. He lives in Oklahoma, which is very much a band-crazy state. Football's number one. There's no question about it. But if you don't play football, you're in the band and you're proud of it. And they have very, very successful bands. And the fact of the matter is, the high school in his district is a perennial national champion contender, if not winner, every single year. Hundreds of kids that are just killing it. And national champion. I mean, it's a great, great program in the district. Now, anybody that knows anything about how these great high school bands work, they do not stand on their own. They don't. You need a feeder system that is going to keep the bodies coming and keep the quality musicians coming, or you're just going to die off. Okay? And they have that there, right down in the middle school. I don't believe they have instrumental music in the elementary school. Okay? I think they start in 6th grade. And never met his band director. Actually, I never, in the traditional sense, met the child. He's in Oklahoma, and we do Skype. Okay? So, anyway, from what I can tell, I never met the band director, but she sounds terrific. This kid is obviously very bright. There's no question about it. Obviously very bright, but his attention to detail is extraordinary. Dynamics, crescendos, decrescendos, articulations, every little nuance that's on that page, he's got it down. He's got it down. He pays attention to it. He's got not just the notes. Now, when I started with him a couple months ago, he took a couple lessons with Jerry over the phone, just a couple lessons, and Jerry got him set up perfectly. Okay? He's using a Jerry number 3 mouthpiece. He's not even playing the 1SS. When he gets to that, forget it. Forget it. Playing the number 3, and Jerry set him up very nicely with the chops. Very nicely. So when he came to me, now Jerry suggested when he wanted to take weekly lessons that he come to me because of my background with middle school and that age child. So I started with him about 2 months ago. He knew 5 scales: C, F, B flat, G, D, and a chromatic. So that's 6 scales. Okay? 6 keys. He knows all his keys. Well, not all his keys. Those keys. Okay? And the chops were right. We got him on a little Clark, a little Arbin, da-da-dee, da-da-da-da-da-da, okay? And he just was off. I don't know how much he practices. I don't care how much he practices, quite frankly. Whatever he's doing is fine, okay? If you give him something one week, he's got it learned the next week. There's no backward slide whatsoever. So he says, yeah, I got this audition coming up, and he's had about 4 lessons, so about 5 weeks ago. Yeah. So we started right on it, and he had most of it learned. We had to cool it out a little bit. We had to work on some of the stuff, and some of the, again, he's only 12 years old. He's only playing a year. But his chops are fabulous. Now, he can play easily 2-octave C scale perfectly in tune. Usually, we end each 40-minute lesson. Okay? Now, remember, he's been playing already in school. And at the 40-minute lesson, we get done, and we play arpeggios. Okay? He usually tops out in E flat or an E, easy, or an F. E flat to F. We can go to G if we want to push, but there's absolutely no reason whatsoever to push it. None. So that's that. His tone is centered, pure, relaxed, in tune because of the chops. He doesn't even have to worry about it. And he's got all the musical nuances on the page. He's got it perfectly. I bet, I wasn't there, I bet he played close to a perfect audition. Now, again, I only see him on Skype, but he has a very, very slight frame. He's not a big kid. You're not expecting this big burly guy that overpowers the trumpet. Nothing could be further from the truth. But his chops are spot on. His chops are just going to get better. By the time he's a senior in high school, he's going to have double C. He's going to have better chops than I would when he's a senior in high school. And the sky's the limit. Now, whether he wants to major in music, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I mean, that's not the point. He is going to be spectacular. And for a 6th grader, he already is spectacular. So the reason I'm going on and on about this, guys, is the world is your oyster. You older guys that have played before, I know it's hard breaking down some of your old preconceptions of what everything's supposed to be and trying something new. but the sky is the limit. If a 12-year-old kid can play high G's like that, there's no reason in the world you can't play high G's. There's no reason in the world you can't play double C's. And again, I think I've told you this before. Jerry and I often think about what we're going to be like. If we had this knowledge when we were 18, what would we be like today? We're going to find out. This kid, when he's 18, is going to be serious. Is going to be serious. And you kids, guys, you're struggling. You're struggling with an instrument that is absolutely the king of instruments. The king of instruments. I mean, it can be so much fun and so spectacular when it's played to its true tone, power, range, and endurance. The majesty it's the king of instruments. And there's no reason in the world why you should struggle it. We've got 12-year-old kids killing it, 90-year-old guys killing it, and everybody in between. Guys, get a book. Get a 1SS mouthpiece. Get in touch with me for your free lesson. And live your life with true power. Eat your fruits and vegetables. Add your starches, your rice, corn, peas, potatoes, oats. Life's good. Love you all. We'll talk again tomorrow.